started going into 10K races, and then I had my daughter, and I met this woman who introduced me to distance running. The next thing I know I'm doing around the bay, and I've done, I think, 17 around the bays.
Oh, wow.
And 16 marathons.
Okay.
And then I think in my late 40s, I'm working at a correctional college. And so people were pretty into fitness there too. And one of my friends, and I always watched like Ironman and the Ironman World Championships, but he was into triathlon.
Okay.
And that's when and then I was getting a little sick of running, to be honest. So I started doing our triathlon, but I didn't know how to swim. So I learned how to swim, got a swim coach because I was not good at it. Next thing I know I'm doing a half Ironman for my 50th birthday. And then I just felt like I had unfinished business. Next thing I know I'm training for a full Ironman. So I did that at the age 52.
Right.
So anyways, very proud of that. But a couple months later, I kept kind of going at it. And I should have kind of taken a break. And next thing I know I'm starting to have back issues.
Yeah.
So that was not fun. And like full on throwing out my back. And the mistake I made is I did not do enough mobility. What I did learn is the worst thing to do was do nothing. So I would still like try to keep mobile, but it got to the point where it was just, for 2 weeks I basically could not exercise.
Yeah.
I could work on just like walking around the room, or like a couple days one time I had to go off on WSIB, and so, and I don't think it helped that with my job, I was sitting a lot. Yes, retired, I had a surgery, and I was away from the gym for a while. It also was because of the pandemic. And then I made the decision, no, I think I need to come back. And I know Ashley had taken some form of a course. And so we kind of went back to basics. So she said to me, no running, no biking. Let's just really focus on the mobility and just kind of like clawing it right back. And honestly, it's been a very long, tedious process, but I feel now like, in the last couple months, I've like turned a corner. What I've learned is no quick fix, is that you just have to be really patient and kind of follow the plan. When you start seeing some gains and just, I guess, reinforcing by Ashley, just saying like, kind of trust the process, and she was really upfront with me that it was going to take a long time. Yes, but not as intense. And I really have to say, I think I had one last year, and it was only for a couple days, and it was very bizarre. Like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm the type of person that just analyzes things to death. And I came back here and it says, I understand why this was happening. So it did. But the good news is that within a week, I was back doing what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah. And now it's just like kind of, so I would say the last 6 months, I've had like the odd twinge, but I'm starting to realize it doesn't mean my back is going to go out. It means maybe I just got to take a step back. And another thing I learned last year, because I went away for a couple weeks and I came back and I just wasn't being mobile enough, like just even short walks and stuff like that can really just help, for me, helps loosen up the back. And that's one thing I've been really diligent about, is that kind of just being mindful of how long I'm sitting at a time, and then I'll just get up and do something. So I do Women on Weights twice a week, and I do personal training twice a week. Yes, so I do lots of walking. I swim twice a week. So I'm still with my triathlon club. I'm biking about twice a week. And I have been biking for the last couple years, and I did do one little triathlon. So the goal is to do a couple triathlons. Even if I just do a sprint one, I'll be thrilled. Oh, it's really good. It's a very supportive environment. It is a really positive community, and there's no judgment, and it doesn't matter if you're lifting like a little bit or a lot. And finally, I am starting to lift more, and that's feeling really gratifying. And I feel now like, and because I do see a chiropractor as well, but he thinks that I'm definitely getting stronger, and that's really so validating. I think a lot of people think that you have to be already at a certain level to step into a gym, and that's definitely a myth, because I felt like, even though I had been athletic my whole life, I still felt like when it came to this, that I was starting from scratch. Yeah. So, and that's okay. Yeah. And what I did learn the most is that you just have to keep moving. If you don't move, then you will have chronic back pain. It's not over. I guess that would be my messaging to somebody.